TimeSlips is an organization that works with patients dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia. Through this process of engaging, artists had the opportunity to share stories of these clients, to share experiences, and to really engage with a population that is in need of our assistance. My project was a little bit different in the sense that this was one of the first times that TimeSlips had associated artists with dealing with elderly that are isolated. So instead of meeting in person or meeting as a group, we actually conversed over the phone, which was a process in and of itself, because in this day and age, how many of us really talk on the phone on a regular basis? So that was something that I had to get used to right from the start. It was a little bit nerve-wracking to call somebody for the first time, not knowing who they were or how they would respond to my call. But getting past that initial butterfly experience was absolutely wonderful, and I looked forward to these conversations with my elders every single week. When it came time for me to consider my project and the art that I would present in collaboration with these elders, I wasn't entirely sure where I wanted to go with this. I just knew that I wanted to stay within my artistic medium, being textiles, and that I really wanted to be able to convey each and every one of these conversations that we were having together. So I broke out a giant tub of fabrics that my mom has collected for me for literally years in support of what I do for my artistic work. And I realized that I could convey characteristics and likes and passions of these elders through the fabrics that I chose. So I figured that out pretty early on. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll take words from these conversations to convey on these fabrics. So then began the process of how am I going to put these words on? And with the program, I was really only allowed 30 minutes to work on my art after having the 30-minute conversation with the elders. So I knew that, for example, I couldn't applicate each and every word. It would be far too time consuming, and I would run behind with my project. So I began with paint. And I thought, well, maybe I'll paint these words on. So then started the practice of, do I paint them by hand? Which I realized my handwriting probably wasn't very great for that project. So then it was like, okay, we'll work with stencils. And then I had to determine what size stencil would work. And so this was the first piece that I practiced with the 4-inch stencil that I inevitably went with. And then I wanted to bring sewing and the machine aspect back into the project. So I decided to do a simple stitch, as you would normally with applique, around the painted letters. So every week, I eagerly got off the phone, picked that word within my notes of what our conversation was about, and I painted. And the first week, I had all of these pennants, like 4 or 5 of them, laying on the ground in my kitchen, because that was the only place that I didn't have carpet, and I really wasn't looking forward to having to pull paint out of carpet. And my daughter came home from school, and she went down the row and she read each and every one of the words in a very patient, determined, and then proud manner. This was how I knew that my words needed to stay simple. This was how I decided that these words were only going to be 4 letters long. And it really allowed this project for me to invite each and every member of our community, no matter what age and ability, to be a part of it.